I'm Micah.
I'm Nobu.
I'm Chris.
We're trying to make it across the country on a bus powered by used cooking oil. We're seeking out backyard innovators who build earth-friendly inventions that work. It's a road trip experiment where anything can happen.
Hey, fellas.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, bro. Check it out. We're in the Blue Ridge Mountains.
That's pretty sweet.
We're headed to Black Mountain, North Carolina, because we want to see how a unique community called Earthhaven employs a variety of techniques to meet all their energy needs.
And it'd be interesting to see how they do that, you know, and where they get their energy from.
How they built their houses.
Yeah, and actually see if it's like a way of living that's actually comfortable.
Yeah, I wonder what it takes to be that self-sufficient. Hello.
Hey, welcome.
How are you?
I'm doing good.
I'm Nobu.
Hey, Nobu. I'm Chuck. I'm so delighted y'all are here. We really consider ourselves to be an eco-village. So what we try to do is reduce our energy needs, reduce our energy yields, provide for as many of our needs from the land that we occupy. Everything that you see here, we did with volunteer labor. We have 320 acres. The whole community's off the grid. In other words, we get all the electricity that we use here, we generate on site.
Maybe we look at your village?
Yeah, sure. Let's go have a look. So you want to have a look at this hydro system we got here?
That'd be great, yeah.
Yeah. This is a structure we built. There's a creek right back here behind it, and there's a 4-inch plastic pipe that goes 1,000 feet up the hill from here, and at that point there's an intake which we take a small portion of the water coming through the creek off, run it through those 4-inch pipes, and then into the turbines. So here are a couple of those stream engines. So what you do is you take that 4 inches of water and you compress it so it's going through an aperture probably about a 1/2 inch wide. The aperture fits in right here. This is a 2-inch line coming into that.
Right.
There's another one here. So there's 2 streams of water that are focused on the turbine.
Right, it's like this.
So they're spinning, exactly.
Right.
So they're going,
The compressed water that hits this turbine turns the shaft, generating energy that can be stored in these batteries for later use. And the water can be returned right back to the creek.
One of the great things about being off-grid is when there's a snowstorm or an ice storm or something like that and the power goes down, we got plenty of power.
Earthhaven also uses solar power extensively, not only to generate power for TVs and other devices in their homes, but to build the homes.
This means we're done, Brian.
You're powering all of your construction equipment off of the wagon?
Not only powering it, but also storing all of our tools and supplies.
Sweet.
Brilliant.
It's ideal.
And there's like a stereo even in
Yeah, we got a stereo. We have all of our large power tools like the air compressor, table saw, planer, and chop saw are on wheels. Everything we need to do a house from start to finish. So we have a lead-acid battery that weighs about 800 pounds up towards the back of the truck. So the current for the panels goes into the battery. The rack can rotate and tilt at any angle in order to capture the maximum solar gain.
You guys are totally self-sufficient for your power?
Yeah,
And you're building these beautiful homes.
that's right. You all want to come inside?
Yeah, for sure.
So this is a passive solar design. It's got a carefully calculated ratio of glazing on the south side to absorb the incoming solar radiation. And the overhangs are sized in order to shade the glazing during the summertime to prevent overheating. The floor stores the heat that is gained by the windows in the wintertime. And in the summertime, it absorbs the excess heat, which is purged from the house at night through a whole house ventilation system. The floor is just power troweled concrete. It's got PEX tubing in it so that we can heat the floor if we want to with hot water that's coming from a boiler in the adjacent building.
This is great.
Thank you.
This is really nice. Yeah.
The heart of Earthhaven is called permaculture, agriculture that sustains itself once you do the initial work.
You build up basically successive layers of materials in much the same way that in a forest, leaves fall off the trees, and that builds up a layer, and they lay on top of the previous year's leaves and on top of the previous year's leaves. So there's this whole layering process. It's the way topsoil is created. It's from the top, not through tillage. The main tillage implement in this system is earthworms. And once that system is up and running and gets lively and alive, earthworms will come and they will take that manure and they'll till it.
Chuck shows us how to combine the earthworms, rock powders to help bind the soil, newspaper to suppress weeds, straw to prevent erosion, and manure.
Are you throwing manure over Chris's head?
Behind it.
What we're doing is mimicking the forest habitat, but substituting the fruit and vegetable trees they want. It's another way for Earthhaven to become even more self-sufficient in their food supply.
We can actually create more abundance through our well-informed, intelligent practice here. So rather than degrading the planet, we can actually be a force for regenerating and rebuilding abundance in the world.
Would you please thank everybody in the village for letting us come in?
And check it out.
Sure.
We learned a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks.
I'll be happy to.
60 people currently live at Earthhaven, and all this living off the grid makes us want to learn more about the most powerful source of energy. So we're continuing west to Colorado, where they're perfecting the latest innovation in